at my prestigious elite high school, academic competitions and honor scholarships were the most coveted glory for every student. The annual National Youth Literature Creation Competition was the school's top priority event. The winner would receive a hefty provincial scholarship, a national first-class honor certificate, and exclusive recommendation qualifications for top prestigious universities, a trophy that could pave the way for a student's entire future. I was Suwon, a quiet, low-key senior student who always kept to myself. I wore simple school uniforms, never competed for class honors, never showed off my abilities, and deliberately concealed all my achievements. To every teacher, classmate, and even my head teacher, I was just an ordinary hardworking student with decent grades, nothing outstanding, no special talents, and no competitive awards to my name. No one knew my hidden identity. I was the reclusive national literature champion who had swept all top youth literary competitions in the country. Under my exclusive pen name, I had published dozens of award-winning essays, won 3 consecutive National Creation Championships, and was a specially invited young writer of the National Literature Association. I turned down all official interviews and public exposure, choosing to study in an ordinary class incognito, simply to enjoy a peaceful and ordinary high school life. I never used my talents to grab trivial school honors, nor did I take the initiative to show off my skills. For me, all school-level competitions were trivial and meaningless. I participated in this school's selection only because the head teacher repeatedly asked every student to sign up, refusing to shirk the collective task. I spent 3 nights carefully polishing an original literary essay full of unique perspective and delicate emotions. It was far simpler than my national award-winning works, tailored to fit the school competition's scoring standards, casual and low-key, with no exaggerated gorgeous writing. I simply submitted the draft to the class monitor Lin Jia, following the unified submission process, without the slightest intention of competing for fame. Lin Jia was our arrogant and domineering class monitor. She had mediocre literary talent, rigid writing style, and had never won any formal competition award. But she was extremely vain, obsessed with all kinds of honors and scholarships, and was favored by the head teacher all year round. She was always jealous of my stable grades and quiet aura, holding a grudge that I was more popular with classmates despite being low-key. She was responsible for collecting and submitting all our class's competition manuscripts. After receiving my original draft, she was instantly shocked by the perfect writing and unique conception. Greed flooded her heart instantly. She knew she could never write such an outstanding work on her own. The school's first prize honor and scholarship were exactly what she needed to win the teacher's favor and secure her recommendation qualification. Driven by vanity and greed, she made a crazy decision. She copied my original essay word for word, changed the author's name on the manuscript to her own, deleted my original file records, and submitted my work to the school competition jury as her independent creation. To cover up her theft, she deliberately withheld my participation information, lying to me that my manuscript failed the preliminary class screening and was not submitted at all. I chose to believe her without suspicion. I thought my ordinary draft was really mediocre and eliminated, so I never took this trivial competition to heart again. #rising conflict. 3 days later, the school competition results were officially released, sweeping the entire grade. Lin Jia won the school's only first prize in the National Youth Literature Creation Selection. Her essay was praised by the jury as a once-in-a-year outstanding work with profound thoughts and exquisite writing, ranked first among all senior grade manuscripts, and directly qualified for the national finals. The head teacher held a special class commendation meeting, praising Lin Jia as the class's pride, a talented student with extraordinary literary attainments, and publicly announced that she would be given the sole senior year elite scholarship and priority university recommendation quota. All classmates applauded and admired her. Lin Jia stood on the podium, accepting all the praise and glory, her face full of proud arrogance. What was even more shameless was that she took my work as her own capital to show off everywhere. She posted excerpts of the essay on her social media, boasting about her hard work and talent, and even took the initiative to belittle me in front of everyone. During the break, she walked up to me deliberately, surrounded by a group of admirers, and spoke in a condescending, mocking tone. "Sue Won, I heard you also signed up for the literature competition. It's normal to be eliminated. Writing relies on talent, not blind hard work. Ordinary people like you can only be diligent, but you can never have real creative talent. Look at my award-winning work. This is real strength. Some people are destined to be ordinary, while some are born to win honors." Her followers immediately echoed her words, mocking me for overestimating myself, saying that my writing was crude and unprofessional, and that I was far inferior to the excellent monitor Lin Jia. The head teacher also looked at me disappointedly in front of the whole class. "Sue Won, you usually study steadily, but your comprehensive ability is too ordinary. Learn from Lin Jia. Don't only know how to bury yourself in books and improve your creative talent." All the misunderstanding and ridicule fell on me, while Lin Jia stole my hard work and stood high on the podium enjoying all the glory. Many classmates who usually got along well with me also looked at me with disdain, thinking that I was incompetent and jealous of Lin Jia's achievements. I watched Lin Jia's arrogant and complacent face and finally understood everything. She did not eliminate my manuscript at all. She stole my work, plundered my honor, and even took the opportunity to step on me to elevate herself. At this moment, the last trace of my tolerance disappeared completely. I kept a low profile to avoid trivial fame, not to indulge villains' plagiarism and arrogance. A faint cold smile appeared on my lips. Since she loved stealing my works to pretend to be talented and trampled on my dignity wantonly, I would let her taste the despair of falling from the peak of glory to the abyss. #explosion. The school held a grand awards ceremony for the competition winners, with all grade teachers, student representatives, and city-level competition judges present. Lin Jia was arranged as the core award-winning representative to deliver a speech on stage, sharing her so-called creative experience and writing insights. Dressed neatly and proudly, she walked onto the stage, held the trophy high, and began to fabricate her creative process falsely, talking eloquently about her years of literary accumulation and painstaking creation experience. The audience was full of applause and praise. The school leaders nodded repeatedly, extremely satisfied with this excellent student. Just as her speech was about to end and the whole audience was cheering, I stood up slowly from the audience seat and walked steadily towards the stage. My sudden move attracted everyone's attention instantly. The head teacher frowned and shouted displeasedly, "Sue Won, what are you doing? Sit down immediately. Don't disrupt the award ceremony." Lin Jia on the stage looked at me disdainfully, thinking I was jealous and making trouble, and mocked publicly. If you want to win awards, you have to rely on strength, not jealousy and disturbance. Go back to your seat. Don't embarrass our class. Facing the ridicule and dissatisfaction of the whole audience, I stood calmly in the center of the venue, my clear and cold voice spreading throughout the entire auditorium. All the creative insights and essay content she just shared are not hers. This first prize work is my original creation, copied completely word for word by her. As soon as my words fell, the whole venue fell into an uproar. Lin Jia's face changed drastically in an instant, and she panicked on the spot, shouting sharply, "You're lying. This is my independent creation. You're slandering me out of jealousy." "Teacher, she's messing around." The head teacher also looked angry. "Sue Won, apologize immediately. Don't slander your classmates' honor without evidence." Facing the noisy doubts from the audience, I took out my mobile phone calmly and projected all the ironclad evidence onto the large screen on the stage. The first group of evidence was my 3-night continuous creation draft records, handwritten early manuscripts, repeated revision traces, time-stamped editing records, and original brainstorming notes, all dated 3 days earlier than Lin Jia's submission time. The second group of evidence was the exclusive creative watermark and copyright filing record. I had habitually filed a minor copyright for every original work, and the filing time was far earlier than the school competition submission time. The third group of evidence was the chat record of me discussing the essay conception with my former tutor, which completely matched the core idea and writing logic of the award-winning work, proving that the creativity belonged to me from the very beginning. All the evidence was clear, detailed, and irrefutable, completely exposing Lin Jia's plagiarism and theft. The whole audience was completely shocked. The school leaders and city judges stared at the screen in disbelief, their faces turning cold instantly. Lin Jia's proud smile completely collapsed. Her whole body trembled violently, her legs went weak, and she almost fell off the stage. She stared at the overwhelming evidence on the screen, completely dumbfounded and unable to defend herself. Before she could quibble, the chief city judge standing on the podium suddenly walked towards me quickly, with a respectful and shocked expression on his face. He bowed slightly to me in front of the whole school. "It's an honor to meet you, Miss Su. We have long admired your works. You are the reclusive national literature champion we have been trying to contact." Boom. A thunderous shock exploded in everyone's heart. The ordinary, low-key student who was ridiculed for being untalented was actually the top national literary champion hidden in their school. The trivial school first prize that Lin Jia regarded as her lifelong glory was just a random casual work I wrote to deal with school tasks. #final reversal. The truth was completely revealed, and the entire awards ceremony venue fell into dead silence. All the teachers and classmates who had ridiculed and misunderstood me just now lowered their heads in shame, their faces burning with embarrassment. Lin Jia collapsed on the stage, tears streaming down her face, completely losing all her arrogance and vanity. She knelt on the ground in panic, crying and begging bitterly. "Su-wan, I'm wrong. I was greedy for honor and confused for a moment. I didn't know you were a national champion. Please forgive me. Don't take away my awards and qualifications." The head teacher's face was ashen and terrified. He regretted blindly favoring the wrong person and wronging a hidden genius, and stood stiffly on the spot, unable to say a word. I looked at the kneeling Lin Jia indifferently, my voice cold and unyielding. "You stole my original work, plagiarized my creativity, stole my honor, and took the opportunity to slander and belittle me. Greed and vanity made you abandon your bottom line. There is no forgiveness for deliberate malice." I gave my final decision in front of all school leaders and judges. First, immediately revoke all award qualifications, honors, scholarships, and recommendation quotas obtained by Lin Jia through plagiarism, and publicly cancel all her school honors files. Second, issue a citywide education notice to record her serious academic misconduct, include her in the student integrity file, and disqualify her from all competitions and elite recommendation qualifications for life. Third, ask her to make a public written apology to me and the whole school, thoroughly clarify the truth, and eliminate all adverse effects. The school leaders and city judges responded respectfully on the spot and implemented the punishment immediately. Lin Jia's hard-earned glory, scholarship, and university recommendation qualification were all shattered in an instant. She became a shameless plagiarist known to the whole school, completely ruined her high school reputation and future development path, and was spurned by all teachers and classmates. The head teacher also received a serious school criticism for improper judgment and blind favoritism, losing his annual excellent teacher evaluation qualification. After the farce ended, the school took the initiative to return all the honors to me, and the city competition team invited me to serve as a special youth judge for the national finals with super high treatment. I politely declined all the extra honors and preferential treatment. I hid my identity simply for peace, not for competing for trivial glory. I walked off the stage calmly under the admiring and respectful gaze of the whole school. Low-key is my choice, not my weakness. Silence is my tolerance, not my incompetence. From now on, I will no longer tolerate hypocritical and greedy villains. I will guard my original intentions and talents firmly, live freely and calmly, and let all plagiarists and vain people pay the price for their mistakes.